In today's video, we're going to be having a look on Terra Luna Classic right now, currently making a comeback. But most and foremost, we're also going to be having a look at a tutorial on how we can be buying Terra Luna Classic, how you can be trading it on spot, futures, etc. So a lot of people have been coming up to me and they've been saying, Dose, how do you trade? How do you short? How do you long? How do you do TP1, TP2? How do you set stop losses? So in today's video, we're going to be having a look at all of that using, of course, a demo exchange right here, as you guys can see. And I'm also going to be walking you through a spot account, futures account, fiat, and whatnot. So of course, this is a demo account, guys. Once again, I don't know if my name's around there, so I decided to make a demo account just in case it doesn't get exposed. But right here, having a look at this real quick, this is the first and foremost and probably the most obvious thing. You need an account in order to trade on Mexc. A lot of you are trading right now on MetaMask, on Trust Wallet, which is very expensive. Fees can get very high, anywhere between $3 to $5, even $10, depending on how much you trade. So this is why, guys, you should not be trading on these wallets. These wallets are only good for holding long term, not for trading. If you want to be in my Signal group, you cannot be trading on Trust Wallet or MetaMask or anything like that unless you're using a DEX that has low fees, like DYDX essentially. But having a look at real quick, if you guys want to go ahead and deposit money using my link in the description below, the event ends in 23 hours and 23 days and 5 hours essentially. You could deposit and win up to $4,100 depending on how much you deposit essentially. If you deposit, let's say $10,000, you get anywhere between $500 to $700. So this is that on Mexc. You need an account, obviously, there's no question about that. Having a look at the spot, of course, guys, on the demo account real quick, I currently have $70 USDT. How do you buy Terra Luna Classic? Well, you would go on trade, but first and foremost, you need to deposit money. How do you do that? Well, you would go on deposit right here. You would go on USDT. Now, depending on where your money is, let's say Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Binance, it doesn't matter where it is, or maybe it's somewhere in another wallet, Ledger. You would go on the USDT right here. And of course, you would pick the network. So I like to use personally TRC20. I think it is the cheapest, but you could use BEEP20, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, and so on. So there's a bunch of ecosystem right here. As you guys can see, you're going to go ahead and generate your address. After you generate your address, you're going to go back to your Trust Wallet and you're going to scan this address right here. Now, if you're on the Tron exchange or the Tron network, you want to stay on that network. If you're on the ERC network, you want to go ahead and pick the ERC network right here if they have, which they do, and you want to go ahead and click and generate your address. So this is exactly what you want to do. This is the first and foremost step. I know a lot of you guys know this thing already. It's very obvious, nothing new, but a lot of people are new out there and have no idea how to buy Terra Luna Classic. So this is that. Now, going to the actual trading part, what do you want to do? Once you deposit your money, it's going to look like something like this. You should have a history that you deposit. So right now, I made a deposit of Matic and I traded to US dollar. Just a fair example. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on trade, you're going to hit spot, okay? Now, of course, my level is not authenticated because I just made this account very recently, even a couple hours ago, even less than recently. And what you want to do right here is this is obviously your trading levels, your trading charts. You got right here the order book. You have the available right here limit, market stop limit, of course. And that's it right here. You have the search bar, so you could type in anything. And as you guys can see, Lunc is on fire. It's the top 3. And you have all these pairs that you could potentially and essentially trade on USDT. You have trades you could trade against USDC as well, ETH, BTC. But for this example, let's have a look at Lunc on how to trade and buy Lunc using USDT. So first of all, this is Lunc right here. How can I trade, right? So I have $70 right here. As you guys can see, I made the transfer, right? Once you make the transfer or it's on spot, you made the deposit, what you want to do is you want to go on trade and hit either limit or market. Now, if you think that it's going to go lower, let's say Lunc is going to go at 0.000510, so you would type in a limit price at 0.000510. Now, of course, you could put in the amount, and this is the amount that you're going to get essentially. Now, for the purpose of this video, and I want to make things quick, I'm going to go on market because I want this my order to be executed very fast. And as you guys can see, look how many trades are happening. By the way, every time there's a trade that happens on there, 1.2% gets burned. So there is no reason why you shouldn't essentially be trading on Mexc. KuCoin hasn't implemented the burn yet. They will once Terra Luna Classic does or Lunc does it, but they have not yet done it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hit buy. Boom, order has been successful right here. How do you know? You could go on order history. Boom, my buy has been ordered. 127,000 Lunc have been purchased. if I go on overview right here, back to the wallet, I can see that my Lunc has been activated. $73 right here, Lunc $127,000. So this is how you would essentially buy Lunc. Now, if you want to leave it for the long term, a year, 2 years, it doesn't matter how much. You could just leave it on the exchange and that's it. Make sure you essentially put a 2 authenticator, 2FA, or email authenticator so you're essentially safe. Don't be like me. I mean, this is a new account just for you guys. Now, of course, you could withdraw it to a cold wallet, to a trust wallet, MetaMask. That's up to you. That really depends on you guys. Of course, you're gonna go ahead and clear all these check marks, and you're gonna put in all your details. You want to make sure you stay on the same network. Now, I'm not gonna be withdrawing this essentially because I want to continue with the video. Now, going back into Lunc real quick, assuming you want to be selling Lunc right now, right? You want to go ahead and sell Lunc, you bought it, you think it's going to go up 200, 300%, you think it's even going to go up 1,000,000%. So you're going to go ahead and put the price number, so let's say $1, and of course you're going to put a limit order. So this is how much you would be essentially getting if it does go to $1, $127,000 just from a $70 investment. Does that mean it's going to go to $1? Maybe, maybe not, but this is essentially how much you would be getting. And of course, you would set a limit order at $1. Now, once it reaches $1, then it would essentially sell. This is very, very basic stuff if you guys don't know this. If you guys like this daily content on Lunc, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and let's continue with the video. So, having a look at Lunc, back to the trade real quick, you would obviously cancel. And then I want to do a market order just because I want to get rid of it right now and just to, of course, do the 1.2% burn. So right now, 1.2% of the transaction just got burned just because I made a trade. Going back to wallet. Now, this was a small tutorial on spot. Let's dive into futures real quick and see what we can do. In order for you to have your money on futures, you can't just go on futures and trade. You have to transfer money on futures. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit that transfer button on the top right. We're going to go from spot account to the futures account and we're going to hit 100%, which is the max. Once this is done, we're going to go here on futures and we're going to trade. Now, as you guys can see right here, Lunc is currently exploding. So we're going to go ahead and refresh that. Now, being on futures, Lunc is actually exploding right now. Should we buy? Should we sell? Should we short? Should we long? What are we doing? First of all, if you are not an experienced trader, guys, you should not be trading with 20x. The first thing they're going to give you Mexc is they're going to give you 20x exchange. Now, how does that work? 20x is essentially you're borrowing 20 times of your money. Okay, so if you're putting $1,000 or $100, you're going to borrow 20 times that amount. Now, this is where things get very, very risky, and I want you guys to listen very, very closely. If the asset goes down 5%, you will get liquidated. Liquidated, that means the exchange will forcefully close your account, or not your account, they will forcefully close your position and you will lose all your open position essentially. Now, why 5%? Because you borrowed 20 times. So 20 times 5 is 100% and you would essentially lose all your money, right? So if I were you guys, I would start off with 1x leverage, maybe 2x leverage, maximum 3. I like to use 3 to 5x. I don't like to go above that. I know a lot of people do 75x, which is absurd in my opinion, very, very crazy. But let's start off with 5x just to explain you guys, okay? And this is not a demo account, this is actually a real account, just an example. Of course, I deposit $75, but let's start off with 5x. Assuming right here I want to, let's say short. I think Lunc, you know, it's gone too high. You know, I think I want to short. It's gonna correct eventually. So let's go ahead and short. Let's do market real quick. Boom. And let's open a quick short. Now my short is open, and as you guys can see, I'm down $1, $2, okay? And why? Because I borrowed 2 times the money. Look, I'm down 7%. Am I really down 7%? No, that's only because I did a 20x leverage, okay? So this is where the mistake I did, guys. Look, instead of doing 5x, I did 20x. I changed the 5x on the buy, but I didn't change it on the red or on the short. So this is where things can get very, very dangerous, guys. And look, as you can see, I am down 15 bucks. So I would not recommend using high leverage. 20x is very, very, very high and very, very, very dangerous. Look at 21% already. Thankfully, I'm only using $75. Nothing too crazy, nothing too much to see over here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and close this position very, very soon. Now, of course, how do you set a take profit and stop loss on futures? First of all, I am down right here. This is why you guys don't want to be shorting Lunc essentially, but having a look at how to take a TPSL real quick, you're going to go right here on the bottom right. You're going to hit take profit stop loss. For those of you guys who don't know what a take profit stop loss is, it essentially tells you when you want to take your profit and how much is the minimum or the maximum you're willing to lose on a trade, right? So right here, we're going to go head on take profit. Let's say I want to take my profit at 0. 0.00054. Okay, this would give me an approximately take profit of 1,325. And of course, right here, my stop loss, I want it to be 0.0005657. Sorry. Okay, or we could even do 58. Okay, so right here, if it goes to 0.00058, my order will be triggered essentially, and I will lose. Now remember, guys, this is only a lot because we are on 20x leverage. Okay, so 20x is very, very high. I would not recommend going on 20x leverage, and of course, I would not recommend shorting Lunc. You don't want to short a flying rocket. I'm just giving you guys an example for educational purpose only, and that's about it. Because if I go right here on the demo account and I go on isolated real quick and I do 80x on Bitcoin, okay, and assuming I short right here Bitcoin at 80x leverage, look at this. Look how fast this goes. Okay, you're already down $11 because of this short. Things move extremely, extremely, extremely fast. Now, thankfully, Bitcoin is not as crazy as other coins, right? I mean, Bitcoin still has high volatility, but we know Lunc and Ethereum and all the other altcoins has very, very high volatility. And as you guys can see right here, this is what happens when you use extremely high leverage. I'm currently down $200. And of course, guys, this is for just educational purposes only. So this is this on Lunc and Bitcoin. Nothing too much overall to see over here. I am down $17. I don't know if you guys can see 16 bucks right here on my trade. This is how you trade overall futures. Of course, if I were you guys, I would go on demo trading and hit the demo right here. And if you think it's going to go up, you want essentially long. If you think it's going to go down, you want essentially short. Guys, make sure you always put a stop loss, okay? Stop loss right here. So if I think, let's say, Bitcoin is going to go to 30 bucks, I would be making $768,000. And of course, if I think Bitcoin is going to go past 25,000, this is where essentially I'm going to be putting a stop loss. And I mean, that's about it real quick. I mean, honestly, nothing too much you see over here. My stop loss would essentially be at 19,355, let's say. And of course, my loss gain would be 1,235, of course, in red. And confirm that real quick, and that's about it. I mean, overall, guys, this is how you trade on Mexc. I mean, of course, the first thing you guys would need to do is practice on a demo account. Deposit some money, of course, right here using my link in the description below. And that's about it. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.